Well, what Donald Trump is doing, he's not much for strategy. Usually, if you sit him in front of a chessboard, he'll just eat the pieces. But right now, what he's doing in states like Michigan is showing incredible discipline and attention to detail by endorsing candidates in these very obscure races for state legislature and for offices like Secretary of State and Attorney General, so that he'll have people in place after the 2024 election to do what he wasn't able to do after the 2020 election. And that should scare everybody.
So, Secretary Griswold, if you look at the roster of people who are running right now in Texas, you have Louis Gohmert running for Attorney General. In Michigan, Matthew Maddock running for Speaker of the House, Christina Carmano for Secretary of State, DePerno for Michigan Attorney General. In Georgia, Congressman Jody Hice is running for Secretary of State to throw out Brad Raffensperger. All of those people, in certain degrees or other, are big lie supporters right there. What would happen if you got rid of the people who were there before and replaced them with those who buy into the big lie?
Well, good morning. And it is incredibly alarming. In fact, in every swing state where we have a Secretary of State race, there is someone who has either spread the big lie or was at the insurrection running to oversee elections. And I think it was put best by the Washington Post over the weekend. It's like having someone who's an arsonist oversee the fire department. We need election administrators who believe in the will of the people, who believe in democracy. And if not, you could see secretaries of state or election officials facilitate insider threats. That's what we just saw in Colorado earlier in the year in Western Colorado. You could see the chief election administrator pushing out disinformation. And in fact, what I think that the worst case scenario is if there is another January 6th, if there is another attempt by a president or bad actors to take these positions of elected office, no matter the outcome, we definitely want secretaries of state and election officials to stand on the right side, and that's with fact and the will of the voters.
So, Secretary, I wonder if you could talk a little bit about some of the stuff that's happened in Colorado, where you've seen what you call an attempted infiltration of non-elected election posts around the state. What do you mean? What's going on?
Yeah, we picked up chatter that election deniers were actually encouraging extremists to take over positions, apply to positions within my office. And unfortunately, we've seen that in at least one other state. So these extremists, they know how important election administration is. And that's why they're encouraging their supporters to apply for these positions. We've also seen very publicly operatives like Steve Bannon encourage folks to sign up to be poll watchers, to sign up for these positions. And ultimately, we need election administrators who believe in free and fair elections. That's why this is so troubling and why we really need the nation to be paying attention and ultimately the Senate to act.
So, Jeff,